Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fringlish, and today we will be asking and answering one simple question. What is Incursion Red River? Incursion Red River is a tactical first-person extraction shooter set in war-torn modern-day Vietnam. I suppose the easiest way to describe the game to those of you who have not played it is My First Tarkov, or Tarkov for Dummies. Now, don't let that fool you. I'm not saying that this is a stupid clone of Escape from Tarkov, far from it in fact. What this game does very well, and I mean very well, is follow the good old KISS acronym. In other words, keep it simple stupid. This means that this game can be picked up and played immediately. No need to check out the current meta, no need to worry about running an unoptimal map, no need to restart because you missed something. You simply plug, play, and shoot. Incursion Red River is set in an alternate reality where Vietnam has fallen into civil war. Gangs, militia and private military organisations churn the collapsed state to their own advantage and require contractors to do their dirty work. Cue the player. Lies pollute the geopolitical state of Vietnam as factions use the chaos for personal advantage. As a private contractor, you can accept missions from each of the main factions, increasing your standing and unlocking new tactical options. Realistically, there is not much difference in between the factions. While your reputation with each faction allows you to unlock new items and upgrades, there is no downside to taking a certain mission compared to another. You have to max out your reputation with every faction to fully unlock the game anyway. On every mission, regardless of who assigns it, you'll have the same objectives to complete on the same maps, and be really fighting the same people, albeit with different loadouts. There are only a few to choose from right now, and despite a few updates, a lot of the missions are very simple. Mostly a variation on going from A to B, then to C, and then back to B again, as you now have a bit more space, so you really should have picked up that other revive kit you saw earlier, but didn't have enough room for. The game, however, can offer a very different feel on each individual mission, simply depending on the difficulty you choose. A very nice setting that they allow you to change in-game at any time is the difficulty. This is an important point in the game's favour, as most important thing about the game is it fun? And Incursion Red River definitely is. You can choose freely whether you want to play a game as John Rambo or John Smith von Cannon Fodder. This brings me to another point that the game does very well. As in most extraction shooters, death means loss. If you die, you will lose everything you had on you, and that can make it a costly mistake. However, in Incursion, while you lose your items and you will have to rebuild or rebuy them, it will not take you too long. Within a mission or two, you'll have enough to buy your preferred weapon and basically be back to where you had before. Something that makes it a lot easier to face a loss and actually enjoy it. While it does punish you, it's not mean about it. The game is also quite good at not killing you randomly. What I mean by this, and while there is still a bit of luck, if you take care and approach the mission correctly, you should at the very least be able to get out, even if you choose to abandon the mission. If you have a rush in and start on full auto, well then you might as well ready up that second loadout. The final point to talk about in the gameplay section is probably the biggest, that being the equipment and the guns. The game boasts a large variety of weapons, although as of right now no melee weapons. These are all integrated to a robust modular system, allowing for customization and a lot of tactical options for you with. Depending on the map, you can alter your favourite weapon to shoot faster, have less recoil, have a longer scope distance, fire different ammunition with different effects, and so on. And this is the only real learning curve in the game, working out what goes with what and what doesn't. You can access all this in your hideout where you go in between sessions, and there's a fairly decent search tool allowing you to find out what you can combine, as well as an unlimited firing range, letting you test things out. The system's not perfect, but it is fairly user-friendly, and if you wish, you can spend the entire game ignoring most of it, with little overall penalty. Overall, I'd say that Incursion Red River is a decent plug-and-play extraction shooter. While multiplicatively more fun in multiplayer with friends, it is a decently simple solo experience. It's still missing a lot of features I'd like to see, elements to give more strategic options in missions, more varied maps and objects, interactable terrain and rain and all that other stuff, but it still holds up pretty well. The game will still be in early access for a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing what will be added soon. It is, however, perfectly playable now, and a great way to scratch that shooter itch without worrying about matchmaking, load times, or getting shot and teabagged within the first 30 seconds. Well, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Incursion Red River. My name is Fringlish, and you have all been amazing. If you liked the video or had any comments, please let me know down below or on the Forgotten Games Discord. Until the next time, toodles.